Bagbin takes a swipe at majority leader over claims he's frustrating government business. We'll engage the views of Professor Bafo Ajibandua, Chief Executive Officer of the John Kufuor Foundation and a former United Nations Senior Governance Advisor. Also this afternoon, Christmas is in the air. We're going to be engaging some people on the streets to see how they are gearing up for December 25 and those who are embarking on travels as well. And on the international front, at least 37 people have been killed and about 100 others injured after a parked ferry caught fire in southern Bangladesh. We have details of these stories and more, including sports entertainment, if you stay with me on this Christmas Eve edition of a Midday News over the next 60 minutes. Let's begin this afternoon from here. And the Majority Leader, Osei Chairman Sabonsu, has accused Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin of demanding a budgetary allocation of 1.72 billion cedis for the legislature from the Finance Ministry or risk his budget being thrown out.
The leadership of the majority plus the leadership of the minority, all of us, including the speakership, and the speaker in particular, must come together to find a resolution of this. And moving forward, perhaps what we did, the orientation that we provided, I guess we may have to do a second and a third one, because it appears we scratched the surface of the problem. But we need all men and women of goodwill to help assist us to bring the curtain down on this embarrassment. So all this playing out, really, and that is why he sits and elects to leave the chamber to create problems. He says that he has information that the total revenue of this country was going to be 89 billion, and that the finance minister should give him 2% of it, and that works to 1.72 billion. If he doesn't give Parliament 1.72 billion, then his budget is going to be thrown out.
So that was Majority Leader Osei Chairman Sabonsu addressing the press yesterday, raising a number of concerns and blaming the Speaker for all the fracas that unfolded in Parliament a few days ago before the House rose. Well, the Speaker himself has been taking a swipe at the Majority Leader over these claims that he's frustrating government business. Addressing a forum of former MPs here in Accra, the Speaker warned the NPP risks losing the 2024 elections if it goes ahead to pass the controversial e-levy, which has been a subject of controversy.
We always vote ourselves out of power, which my colleagues in MPP are doing now. So don't be surprised in the next elections if you don't win. Oh yes, it's very clear, if this your e-levy goes through, you have lost the election. I'm being blamed today for being the cause of Parliament not being able to take a decision on the e-levy, and which led to a brawl, which are nasty scenes that we all saw. But you know, as I stand, you can see me looking fresh and healthy. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm like before. Even my age alone will not allow me to behave like how I used to behave. And so I can start sitting from morning, but after 6, 7, the rest, I need a rest. And that's why I have deputies. And I've held meetings with the deputies. And I said, I've gone through the meal. I was deputy. I experienced some things. I don't want you to experience that. I can give you a copy of my closing remarks, which when I was leaving, I passed through my usher to give to them that it was after 10 in the night, and I had to go and take a rest because you delayed in sitting. I had to compel the House to sit after 2, and I presided. I said, let's discuss e-levy. You said no, vary the order of business. I kept on varying. We did about 6 important items, approving other loans, until I had to hand over, getting to 6:30 to the first deputy speaker. Now they say I refuse to preside, and that is why some members were not in the House. I'm not a chief whip of any party. I'm not entitled to bring members to the House. That's not my duty. I'm to preside and apply the rules. And I've applied them fairly, according to my understanding, through literature, through experience. And I'm not even sure that the members listened to what I read that day about the rules. And so I see them acting contrary to my guidance. It's not for me to take a decision for the House, that is true. It's for me to guide the House. And so it's not for me to come and say, oh, the rescission of the decision to reject the budget was wrong or that way. I have to go through only procedure, whether they did the thing according to the rules and procedure of the House. It's the House that now will take the decision through another motion for it to be either confirmed or rejected or rescinded. It's not for the Speaker.
So you hear the Speaker, Alban Bagbin. Well, Professor Bafwa Agyeman-Duah is a Chief Executive Officer of a John Agyekum Kufuor Foundation and also a former United Nations Senior Governance Advisor. He's joining me for a quick chat. Thank you, Prof, for joining us. First, I want to pick your brief remarks about the escalation of violence and the degeneration we saw a few days ago in Parliament before the House rose.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I think overall, it is just tragic that leadership of Parliament seems to have been badly broken, resulting in the violence that we saw, the inability of parliamentary leadership to control their own people, and in the end, having these accusations, counter-accusations, and explanations and counter-explanations by the Speaker and the Majority Leader. This is very unfortunate. We haven't witnessed anything like this in this republic, as well as in the previous republic of our dear country. So something seriously is broken that must be fixed. And the fixing can be done only by the leadership. So I think enough of the public posturing, and for the leadership of Parliament, led by the Speaker, and all the others in Parliament, the leadership, to quietly engage each other so that they can reach a consensus on how they move this institution forward. The legislature is a major player in our governance structure, and any damage to that institution certainly can reverberate across the whole governance space.
Okay.
So it's very important that they start to talk to each other privately rather than engaging the media and spilling out their frustrations. Look, it is true that this is the very first time that we have a hung parliament. And whenever there's a hung parliament, you're not going to find it easy, especially the government in power, because the opposition naturally will be seeking to punch holes in government policies. And even where there's no need for punching hole, and it's a rock, they will find a way to drill a hole through the rock. That's what the opposition does.
Right.
So it's incumbent on the executive side to find effective strategies of engaging the opposition prior to coming to the floor to ensure that certain critical policies have gained some sense of consensus and compromises before coming to the floor of Parliament. And I think that has been lacking. So all I'm saying is that so far, no Ghanaian is happy about what is going on. And I think our parliamentarians will sit up and begin to realize the kind of damage they are doing, not just to themselves as parliamentarians, but to the image of this country, despite the fact that in other jurisdictions, parliamentarians fight.
Right.
Ghanaian values, culture will not tolerate what we are witnessing. So I think the Speaker and the leadership will find an amicable way of bringing together all these differences and finding a way out of it.
Do you genuinely believe that there's going to be any time where there'll be a common ground between the two sides, knowing the entrenched positions both sides have taken on this controversial matter?
There's no other way but reaching common ground by the two sides. You can never be entrenched forever unless your intention is to cripple government machinery. If the intention is to do that, then of course you can stick to your guns. But I don't believe that that is the intention of the so-called minority in Parliament, as well as the so-called majority in Parliament. I don't think that's the intention of the leaderships. I think it's power play. It's pure and simple power play. And they must realize that the more they stick to their guns, the more damage they are causing to the economy. And of course, not to mention the reputation of the nation that is already in tatters by their childish behavior on the floor of Parliament over the past few weeks. So I think it's not a matter of talking about entrenching your position. It's a matter of finding a way out. And that's what leadership is all about. When you're a leader and you are faced with such situation, this situation calls for high display of leadership. And the only way you do it is to engage privately. At this point, that's why I'm cautioning against public accusations and counter accusations and explanation. We don't need that.
All right.
I think they better sit quietly to talk seriously about their differences and find a way, because without compromises and consensus building, no democracy can work effectively. So I think it's incumbent upon the leadership of Parliament and hopefully also the executive, which is driving the policy, to really find a way for the two sides to agree to move on with the governance of the country.
Thank you, Professor Bafo Agyeman-Duah there. He is a governance analyst, Chief Executive Officer of the John Agyekum Kufuor Foundation, also former UN governance advisor, speaking to us. Let's take a step away from Parliament now. And police in Salaga have intensified day and night patrols to boost security following a directive by the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare. The patrols, according to the residents of the area, are yielding some positive results, but have expressed serious concerns about the lack of streetlights on some major roads in the municipality, describing it as a major security threat.
Do you have to say about the police patrols?
Actually, this is the first time we have seen what is happening in Salaga. Police personnel are everywhere in Salaga. If you take the Wild Junction, if you take the other junction and then areas, you could see that female police officers too, they are moving in pairs. Actually, which the good people of Salaga saw that it's a new thing. At first, we realized that it's a new thing the police commander or divisional police commander brought to the good people of Salaga. Now we are able to familiarize with what they are doing. Because we realize that the theft cases and other armed robbery has reduced totally. So we are much grateful to the good work of Ghana Police.
Salaga numsi, be 3 days in the and 4 days in the near police for no no ya unse ya bambo no eswadi.
For the past 4 days, we have seen the patrol work of the police to ensure the safety of residents of Salaga. We hope the police will continue with the patrols even after the Christmas celebrations. Our worry, however, is that there are no street lights here. This affects even the work of the police.
Street lights na police nisu or security. Even though we security na kasa so security ni security na den se light o ho no so na ni behu bebia obetima na adwuma nka ebeboa enti yesre authority no omumboa na entimi nya street light no na police for no se Christmas no twa mukura adwuma den a omoye 3 days we no ebetoa so ama Salaga so anya afa no tuma.
What I would tell the agents is to continue with those with the good work that they are doing. It really helps us, because even if someone is coming to do something, immediately he see the other person, he himself will stop and then find another D.
So for residents, the night and day patrols by the police in Salaga is welcoming, and according to them, their lives are protected. However, one challenge they have identified is the lack of street lights on the major streets of Salaga. For them, Authorities should ensure that the street lights are fixed to protect lives and property. Christopher Marco, TV3 News, Salaga.
And still in the Christmas mood, we know the fever is building up. Many people are in a last-minute rush to get whatever they can ahead of the December 25 celebrations tomorrow. Let's go to Kumasi, where my colleague Ibrahim Abubakar has been gauging the mood in the city.
So the Christmas season is here once again, and all roads linking to the central business district of Kumasi choked with vehicular and human traffic. A lot more people are coming to town to either buy or sell in preparations to the Christmas. And with Christmas, we cannot do away with the vehicular traffic congestion. Here it's very, very difficult driving from one end to the other end because of the intensity of the vehicular traffic in the central business district. The town has been painted with Christmas souvenirs. So we will be engaging with some of the traders and find out from them how patronage has been this year compared to the previous years.
This year the movie show said the last year.
The market has not been that good this year. Last year by this time sales was good.
Last year by this time, we shall know what me make it by saying this year and so saying.
Oh, last year by this time, the Nanka Minyamana Makofa Bano almost a kaki to be Nankasa. The Akan and be 1,000 crown and be a but this year, I said the Sibuya baby Biaka.
Nanetono only say prices no this year and next year no. Increase Abema.
Prices last year born from by this year so must have left the price.
Prices of goods have shot up this year. For instance, what was sold at 5 cedis in 2020 is now 10 cedis.
Prices no BBT say Christmas tree way. This year I turn say last year I'm on the Jason.
We Christmas tree last year 5 million, but this year it cost 7 million.
It is a chair a shami need a showing so
the shami nanka last year they did 15 cedis and they do 20 cedis. And at the show so nanka they did 10 and they do 15.
So now man for back a crack.
Market they cost by in cost to say they near expecting.
Yes, so
Yamiadum, me no money there top.
When you compare previous years, I hope I say this year no cost run.
The Tiana tell me who sense and you be aba. Yeto. Say last year.
People have been buying my goods. Prices range from 100 cedis to 300 cedis for the hampers.
Prices near 300
cedis, 300.
We've seen that you've come with your kids to get them something for Christmas. Have you been able to patronize anything at all for them?
Yes, because I tried to get him some cars and I tried to get him some clothes. And yes, that is what we are going on. So first of all, I'm trying to see the price because I have many kids. So I need first to know the price before I decide what to buy. I need to say right now things are getting changed. Many of things are changed. So we also need to see what we have because the price continue to increase. And what we are getting is not increasing. So we need to see the level where we are before we start buying anything.
We've come to live bed market here at Railways in Kumasi to engage some of the traders how business has been this year and also speak to buyers whether they were able to afford the beds.
This year is very expensive. Last year we can get some 250, that is 25 cedis, 35, 30. But this year if you don't have 40 cedis, 50 cedis, you won't get a layer. Brawler also is 80 Ghana cedis and then 120 before you get one. So the best is very expensive.
We've come to the new planned bus terminal at Asafu to gauge the mood here and find out whether people are traveling to other places to celebrate the Christmas has been done in previous years.
I'm going to surprise my dead friend's son, and I came here not too long ago, but I see too many people around. I doubt I'll get a car very soon. Yeah, so that's about it.
I'm going to Accra. I'm doing some work here, so I'm going to see my family, my children, and my wife is Accra, so I'm going to celebrate the Christmas with them.
On this note, I wish all my Christian friends a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Ibrahim Abubakar, TV3 News, Kumasi.
Thank you, Ibrahim Abubakar, for wishing us well during this particular festive period, and trust that I will surprise you as we celebrate the birth of Christ. We'll return to Christmas-related stories shortly, but a former Deputy Finance Minister and ranking member on the Finance Committee in Parliament has denied ever authorizing payments for the purchase of 200 ambulances, for which he's been charged on 5 counts of causing financial loss to the state. Speaking to the media in Parliament, Dr. Kesia Olatoforsen questioned the timing of the charges after he has led the minority group in Parliament to reject the controversial e-levy. We'll bring you that particular soundbite as and when it becomes available in the course of the bulletin. Let's head to Tamale because 2 miners have been burned to death in a fire incident there. And we also know that this particular incident has left many residents in a state of shock. Others have also sustained degrees of injuries and are receiving treatment. And this is in the Ashanti region. Ibrahim Abubakar again visited the fire scene, and here's his report.
Around 2:55 a.m. this dawn, we had information that we had a distress call that there was a fire at a 3-bedroom apartment at Bukrum Estate, B-Line. We responded swiftly and extinguished the fire. After we saw that 2 people have been burnt by the fire, a 12-year-old girl and a 2-month-old baby boy.
Were there any other people who got injured?
Some few people were sustained various degrees of injury and have been sent to the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital.
What has been the preliminary investigation?
Investigations are underway, and we will let you know when we get any information.
Ibrahim, I know this is a very sad situation. I mean, people losing their lives to fire, very devastating, but you've been interacting with the residents in the area. What have they been telling you?
Well, exactly. It's a sad morning for the residents here, especially parents of the deceased. In fact, as I speak to you, the parents are also at the hospital receiving treatment. But when I engaged some of the residents who are around, they told me yesterday around 2, they started hearing noise, people calling for help. But because of recent rising robbery cases in the area, people feared to come out. Some felt it was a trap, even though they had people calling for help. Until 30 minutes later, that they saw smoke coming out. Then they realized the house, the entire building was on fire. People then came out with the help of the watchdog, a neighborhood watchdog committee. They decided to break through some of the windows because this is a 3-bedroom house, a very nice house, but almost all the entrance and all the windows have been barricaded, burglar proof, just to prevent criminals from coming in. So when the fire started, the 12-year-old and picked the 2-month-old baby in an attempt to move out, but they realized the doors were locked, so they were trapped in there. The parents also woke up and were trapped in there, and before the watchdog neighborhood committee came to rescue them, the 2 little ones have gone, but they managed to break through the windows of one of the rooms, and they brought out the 4. The 4, 1 has been treated and discharged. 3 others are also in critical condition, receiving medical treatment at the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital. So that is the sad situation here, and this is the 5th incident within 3 months in this area, and out of the 5 fire incidents, 4 minors have lost their lives, and it's a worrying issue for residents here.
Thank you, Ibrahim Abubakar, my colleague there, bringing us updates on that rather sad development on Christmas Eve a fire incident which has claimed some lives in the Ashanti region. You're still watching Midday Live here on TV3 with me, Komla Dom. We can now hear from the former Deputy Finance Minister and Ranking Member on the Finance Committee, Salaga, who's been denying authorizing payments for some ambulances.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, the investigation into the purchase of ambulances, which is the basis for these frivolous charges, started somewhere 2017, in November 2017 to be precise. A request was made by the then Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honourable Aaron Michael Quay, for me to assist the EOCO with their investigation into this matter. I provided a statement to the EOCO detailing my honest recollection of the transaction. Interestingly, nothing was heard of the investigation until November 2021, a period of 4 years plus, when I started raising concern about the 2022 budget and economic policy of government. During this period, the Secretariat of the Right Honourable Speaker informed me that EOCO had requested that I be released to assist with further investigation into the purchase of ambulances. I was further informed that the Office of the Attorney General had requested that a charge statement be taken from me. If I may ask, ladies and gentlemen of the press, since when did ministerial instructions for the establishment of letters of credit become a crime in this our dear country? It is important to note that whilst I am prosecuted for my role in instructing that letters of credit be established for the purchase of ambulance for use in our health delivery system, the Attorney General does not see it fit to prosecute those who left the ambulances purchased with taxpayers' money to rot, whilst pregnant women are being carried on bicycles, aboboya, push trucks, and Okada bikes to hospital all over the country to deliver the next generation of Ghanaians. Between the person who requested that letters of credit be established for the purchase of ambulances and the person who took the decision to leave the purchased ambulance to deteriorate, who has caused financial loss to the state, ladies and gentlemen. It should be noted that I, Kasia Atoforsen, did not authorize payment for the said 2,370,000 euros. But my only job in the entire transaction was to request the issuance of letters of credit on the authority of the minister responsible for finance at the time. A letter of credit is a letter from a bank guaranteeing that a buyer's payment to a seller will be received on time and for the correct amount. And in the event that the buyer is unable to make a payment on the purchase, the bank will be required to cover the full or remaining amount of the purchase. Letters of credit are not payment. I did not authorize payment. And I dare ask the government to prove where I did authorize payment for the said purchases of the ambulances. Unless somebody tells me that they don't understand the meaning of letters of credit. It is just a guarantee and not a payment.
So you heard the ranking member on the Finance Committee, a former Deputy Finance Minister, Salaga Atoforsen, addressing the press. If you log on to 3news.com, the full version of that particular conversation has been uploaded there. But let's return to Christmas-related stories, because the Greater Accra Regional Minister has called for the closure of all beaches in the region in efforts to control the spread of COVID-19. But beach operators are pleading with the minister to reconsider this particular decision. My colleague Joseph Armstrong-Gold Alogbe sat through that particular engagement. He's joining me for the live updates. Joseph, do we know now if there was any common ground at all between the minister and the operators on the other hand? Have they agreed to shut down the beaches, for example?
Kobla, so the meeting just ended where the minister did not yield to the plea from the beach operators. Now he has ordered that the police command take full charge of the beaches so that anybody seen, even walking along or visiting the beach for any activities be picked up and arraigned before court and prosecuted where need be. So he has again said that transport operators should ensure that anybody without nose mark is not allowed to board any vehicle moving within the region. And when you are seen as a transport operator, a driver, a mate, you are going to be dealt with. And in the meeting, we had the regional police commander sitting in there, and he assured the regional minister that he's going to ensure that his orders are going to be followed through with.
I'm curious about the beach operators, though, because we know that for long periods of the year and last year, beaches were shut, and so they were simply out of business. Did they assure the minister, despite the disagreements, that they are going to carry through this particular directive?
Kamala, I just finished speaking with a few of them, and they are really angry about the decision by the minister. They are saying that the minister did not listen to their plea. Besides, there was a vote that the minister put across that should we go ahead and close the beaches. Not many people said yes, according to the beach operators, because even the vote went one way where the minister asked, should we? And then some people said yes, but he didn't ask for those who said no. And this is what the beach operators are saying, that it's unfair on their part. At least the minister should have also asked whether they disagree with it, but he only asked whether they should close. And when some people put up their hands that yes, they should close it, he didn't give them the chance also to vote. And this is what they are saying, that is unfair, because some of them are saying that they bought items, as in their wives have gone to the market to buy items to sell at the beaches. And now that you are asking them to close the beach today, 24th December, it's quite harsh and unfair on their part, so that they are going to lose all that they bought, that they think they are going to do some business this festive season, and they are asking the minister to rescind his decision. If not, some of them have threatened to go against the others, the minister.
Interesting developments there. Thank you, Joseph Armstrong Gold Alogwe, my colleague, who has been sitting through that engagement between the Greater Accra Regional Minister, Henry Quartey, the police commander for the Accra area, as well as the COVID-19 task force and beach operators on the way forward during the festivities. There you have the minister directing that all beaches be shut during the festivities, and enforcing the law will be done by the police. Just to watch a Midday Live here on TV3 with me, Komla. I don't know if you stay with us, we have more stories after this.
I'm going to interview Zuzum right here in my house. Hey!
Look up there. Why are you using inferior pen?
It was a mistake. I no check.
Acrobat, I'm going to knock you out.
I know, sir.
You deserve quality.
Don't make mistakes. Stop!
You did the right thing.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any painting be painted.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint me champion.
Hisense. Every day. Hisense Ghana Mobi Bia Fishiapa. Experience the best Christmas sales ever at Hisense. Take part in the Hisense Bronya Don't Call Me and get a real discount on all products from 18th of December to 8th January 2022. You can always trust Hisense for best quality, durability, efficiency, affordability, and style. Hisense has the widest range of electronic appliances for your comfort. Whether you're looking for television, refrigerator, chest freezer, air conditioner, gas cooker, washing machine, smartphone, sound system, water dispenser, microwave oven, blender, rice cooker, kettle, or iron, we got it all. Get yourself ready, and when it's time, confidently walk into any Hisense showroom and get yours. Hisense is the only electronic company that gives you 5 years manufacturer defect warranty. Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
How relevant are your skill sets with your evolving role in the workplace? At Benchmark, we only provide high-quality training in globally recognized professional credential to enhance your personal value in ACCA, CIMA, CFA, CA Ghana, PMP, FRM, including practical business application courses in financial modeling, computerized accounting, and many more. Contact Benchmark Learning Center, Okponglo Junction, Legon, or visit benchmarkghana.com. Be smart, be outstanding. Benchmark.
Welcome to My African Love. My name is Chris Atto. Here on the show, we're responsible for helping celebrities all over the world find love. Our influencer, celebrity, actress, and model, Afia Odo, is looking for love right here in the USA.
How about I get different guys from Africa and experiments? Sorry. Calvin Jones Production.
Find my African love. Say I get the fiction to find my African love. Yeah. Come drop my shit up. If you're what do you want for the picture? African love. She could be my African love.
Chapeau! This Sunday on Mentor X, all our 16 finalists of the season will be staging a special comeback on the show. It's going to be a night of incredible performances of music to heighten the Christmas mood. Do you miss performances from Tina Adu, Cute Boy, Jiwonika, MFR, KD, Lil, Tele, Clusters, Tia Music, and Big Sheet? Who is the fifth and final contestant to join AJ, Ellie, DSL, and Confidential at the grand finale? Will it be perfect or wise B? This and more live this Sunday at 8 p.m. on TV3. Yamama Fishapo. Mentor X, discovering the next global icon. TV3 Mentor takes you higher. Mentor's gonna take you there.
Mentor X is brought to you by Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Mosquito Coil, and Napa Foods, Sense Body Spray, Club, Better Malt, Tom Vita, Close Up, Geisha, Drugnet,
Cowbell, our milk.
All-White Party on the Lake. This Christmas, experience the 3FM All-White Party on the Lake. Yes, this time it's the Float Edition with great experience whilst we cruise on the Dottie Princess and party hard happening on Boxing Day, 26th December, amidst super exciting activities such as beach soccer, live band, pool party, swimming, jet ski, bonfire, and drink ups. It's an all-night fun party from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. Rate a cool 350 Ghana cedis for singles and 600 Ghana cedis for double. Man, that's so cool for so much fun. A little party never killed anyone. Join us in your all-white attire. Life is a party, dress like it. The all-white party is brought to you by 3FM, Volta Hotel, and Dottie World.
Front Travel and Tour, African American Beauty Academy. For reservation, please call 0546 063 747. Sponsored by Johanny Auto Cooling Center.
All-White Party on the Lake.
Now, all surgeries at the Tamale Central Hospital have been suspended until further notice. 3 News can confirm that this directive has come through in the last few hours. The decision was taken by the specialist surgeon and communicated to the medical superintendent following criticisms in the media as patients have been made to buy almost all consumables for the operation in the past weeks. According to a memo intercepted by 3news.com, the hospital has run short of essential supplies and water. The memo insisted that surgeries will resume as soon as supplies are provided. The decision takes effect Thursday, December 23, and is going to go through indefinitely until those consumables and supplies are made available to the hospital for surgeries to resume. Let's still stay with health because Health Service Workers Union has implored the Controller and Accountant General's Department to roll out a payment schedule for the 4% salary increment it failed to pay them during the year. The Secretary General, Franklin Osu Ansa, was reacting to a statement issued by the department attributing the failure to pay the increment to a section of workers to a system breakdown.
Let's talk about the 4% for last year. Though we were not happy, still, whatever was due to members in December, majority of our people didn't get it. We have gone to controller. They said it's an error when they were running the payroll. You can't sit down and say it will come. You have to follow up and make sure in January all these challenges are addressed. How on earth do you want me to be satisfied with this when what is due to my members they didn't get? Is it a human error? Is it machine error? Could it have been averted? All that we are looking for is this thing being implemented. Well, December salaries have already been paid. It wasn't part of that salary. What else can you do than to engage and make sure that in January it comes?
Going to next year, there are those who are saying Labour should meet and renegotiate on the 7%. Because from next year, I like you to get 7%. Is this something that you will consider?
That negotiation does not rest with Health Services Workers Union alone. It is an organized labor activity which is going to be done by the Public Services Standing Joint Negotiation Committee, of which I am a member. So for me, if it comes up, I'll definitely push. And I know we have started the engagement. All that we are saying is that 7% for this year, something has to be done. Either we renegotiate on the 7% or we get COLA. For that matter, organized labor is we are putting ourselves together to meet government on that.
And we know that on December 24 each year, many people decide to embark on travels to their hometowns or destinations they wish to celebrate the festivities. This year, we know there's nothing that has changed because people are still embarking on travels to various locations just in time for December 25. But how smooth is this going on? My colleague Judith Awachitando is at the VIP station circle here in Accra to speak to some of the travelers as well as the vehicle and transport operators.
It's the 24th of December, and this particular day is known for many travels, as many people like to travel from Accra to other parts of the region. Well, I'm here at the Circle VIP station, and with the many complaints about the state of Ghana's economy, we want to find out how travels are going on today. So I have some drivers right by me who will be telling me how travels are happening. Hello, sir.
Hi.
Okay. You ya te pacho enne o say na 24th ya nkrofo to kwan pa 24th but sana economy ni kono wo hwa enne travels na ekoyi ana
ekoyi pa from Nwasa this week na man for to kwan pa so timbe di abu otoso 150 near the but ade chen a otimi nya biko fa bu about 4 days but 150 na ade chen na onya biko ndi o mutu kwan.
Okay, now we should say first na call up na last year na first na to say and then so first na to say.
Normal, me who say ni na yepe. But tete ho na first pa na e be 24th na bala na there. Me nya sure say be si bi say cars na doors. What you say no by normal.
Last year na hin na woje.
Last year.
From which side to which side?
Last year na 50 cities. But Accra to Kumasi. But this year, cost 60 cities. Once we are sending me in Africa. I'm no man of Kwan, a cost on Jimmy. Was a last year, so no. He went to the abandoned. Engineer normal.
Okay, so this driver moves from Accra to Kumasi. He says that last year the fares were 50 Ghana cedis, and now it has increased to 60 Ghana cedis. But he, however, tells us that travels are going on well. Lots of people are coming, and he can compare it to that of last year. We have another driver by us. Driver, yeah, we'll call him from Accra. No, what to call him?
Apart from Accra, Kumasi,
oh, okay. He's from Accra to Kumasi, but last year now first year 50 and 60. What's your Crawford no to Kwano, almost doors to say last year, dear Nana.
David. Last year, by now, Kaki no Wakrama. PR quarantine comfort to him. At the bus is anywhere here, but this year you who cry to this year and
Now, shall I didn't in Crawford and travel, sir?
Scout. Yes, can't wait because so here, sending air corner and can start if 20th and Kaki no what the Bia Morash but Sikani.
Now, what shall I say? COVID, Cajon.
The COVID, the Kahonama, whichever. And to be wise, say, Obecono, Baba San small pass in the family. Or Han who say, to crime because Kobe San and Obeban a bit brands of Yashim. Into me, who say, Sika Kahon. COVID never affecting them every because it is Kenny. Because first, and I kill one of some operators in a sofa. Because buses in the corner, but why busy, sir? But this time, no, WWE. Cry. I was down, cry.
Yeah, that's it. So this driver is telling me something different. He also moves from Accra to Kumasi, and although the fares have gone up, he says that a lot of people are not traveling this year. He says it's very relaxed today. That's contrary to what the other driver told us. We'll be speaking to some passengers. There are some passengers here who are traveling as well. Madam, Pacho, ebe to me any wakasa. Your friend me Judith. Pacho, who took one? Who call him? Okay, now, who said I'm saying Crawford economy ni COVID abani nyamanti Crawford share them too quiet, but who too quiet in the economy I cost them out.
Say one who banana see a boy who buy. Near she who
this year they now was Kappa or the too quiet.
They say the minister.
What is that? That's who too quiet.
I said we took one so make us kind of mafia. We are saying.
So she tells us she's traveling from Accra to Kumasi as well. She tells us that the economy has not been good at all. She tells us it's not been good. There are more drivers here. I mean, travelers. Hello, what's your name?
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel, you're traveling from Accra to Kumasi, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how is it for you? I mean, there are lots of people complaining about the economy, but you have some money to travel. How has it been for you?
Oh, but so. Minkachi. Oh, stop.
It's the economy cost them out. So when you say how they travel?
Economy, no. They say me some there, but how economy? Like me some there by Eddie, man. Me about from Eddie, man.
Na confidence so ka ho ana like.
Oh, and so ka ho. I know that buy am be behind den sana.
Yeah, that's it.
So you heard there Judith, our Tando, interacting with some travelers and drivers, and the last young man there she spoke to, essentially saying times are tough for him. Even as young as he is, he's feeling the pinch, but he's embarking on this travel to Kumasi to celebrate the festivities. Just watching Midday Live, my Santa brother Yao Fusula will be standing by with sports.
Yeah, Mama Fisher Bowl. I sense Mama Fisher Bowl. I feel yeah, Mama Fisher Bowl. I sense Mama Fisher Bowl. I feel
Sometimes you just know that something ain't going good. You say to yourself, this ain't working for me. There be no shame in that, man.
Like when you don't got it?
Yeah, man, I mean, being smart means knowing when to stop. Know your limit.
So like knowing when to stop? Yeah, makes sense.
If it's not fun, choose to stop.
This advertisement is brought to you by Bet Power.
In the first 2 years, your baby will experience amazing growth in so many ways. To fuel it, they need the right nutrition. With Cerelac, 1 bowl of goodness a day provides the wholesomeness of carefully selected grains, the Iron Plus, which helps support brain development, and the yummy taste baby loves, assuring you the right nutrition in 1 bowl. Cerelac, it's all good, Mom.
This advert is FDA approved.
Celebrate a joyous Christmas season with TV3. Friday, 24th December, enjoy a special Carols Night live from Adisawe, Kanda. Then, Giovanni Caleb later brings you a super-packed edition of Showbiz 360. Saturday, 25th December, a special Christmas edition of The Ladies Circle. Today's Woman and your favorite music. On Boxing Day, Sunday, 26th December, a special Christmas play by Uncle White with Media General. And we box it up with Mentor X on Sunday night. Remember, there are so many exciting and captivating movies to also enjoy around the season from 25th December through to January 2022. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Hello, good afternoon. Time now to do sports here on Midday Live on TV3. My name is Yao Ofusolabi. Now, Alfred Bukombomba Lamte and Emmanuel Otu have been weighed ready for the National Super Featherweight Championship. Now, the 10-bout bill is scheduled for the Bukom Boxing Arena on Friday, December 24. That's later tonight.
Both boxers tipped the scale at 130 pounds, and the championship will be Alfred Lamte's third this year. The super featherweight may be yet another tough test for Alfred, as Emmanuel Otu will be seeking to prove himself to the boxing world. There would be national contests in the cruiserweight, lightweight, bantamweight and featherweight divisions, as well as some female contests. Box Office Sports Promotions, in association with Probellums, is putting together the Christmas Eve fight night dubbed Prepare for War. It will be held at the Bukom Boxing Arena in Accra on Friday, December 24.
Well, that's later tonight. If you do not have anything to do, you might just want to join them at the Bukom Boxing Arena. Just enjoy yourself. Emmanuel Otu taking on Alfred Lamte. Now, Arsenal head coach Mikel Arteta said he hopes there will not be a return to empty stadiums in the Premier League following a rise in COVID-19 cases resulting from the spread of the new Omicron variant in the United Kingdom.
Well, the clubs are deciding, and that's the decision that they've made, so we have to carry on. Obviously, we had a preference of what to do because of the schedule and the situation that we are in, but it didn't happen. So now we have to play, if we can, every single match with no recovery and with less numbers, but we'll try to do our best. There are two protagonists here. One, that are the players, and the other, and that are the supporters. Without the players, we can do nothing. So we have to really listen to the players because they are the ones that have to be there. It's easy for us to be there and demand, and they are the ones have to perform and they have to do it. And the same with the fans, because this industry, it wouldn't work without any of those two. So I think we have to listen much more to our players.
Well, now to Manchester United, where manager Ralph Rangnick says the squad is almost at full strength following the recent COVID-19 outbreak at the club. After a 16-day break, Rangnick's side faced Newcastle United on Monday, December 27, with only Paul Pogba out with injury.
And today was the third day of training this week. We started on Tuesday, then we trained yesterday and today we had 25 field players. So quite apart from Paul Pogba, he's the only one who's still missing out. Everybody was on board. So yeah, the development in the last week was extremely positive. So from what I saw today in training, I can say most of them, if not all of them, might be available. And of course, I would have to take some difficult decisions: who will be in the squad, who will be in the starting 11. We will train tomorrow, then there will be a day off.
That was United boss there. Now the Premier League has postponed Liverpool's game against Leeds United and the match between the Wolverhampton Wanderers and Watford because of coronavirus. Now both games were to be played at 12:30 GMT on Boxing Day, but have been called off after requests from Leeds United and Watford. The Premier League said Leeds could not play due to the number of players with COVID-19 injuries and illness. Everton boss Rafa Benitez said he was surprised his game against Burnley was still on. The Toffees last played on the 16th of December when they drew 1-1 with Chelsea prior to their match on the 19th of December against Leicester City being postponed because of COVID-19 cases in the Foxes camp. Well, that's all the sports news this evening. Entertainment news is up next.
It's Christmas and already there's a lot of fun out there. Activities are ongoing out about town. My colleague Naftali Ban has been speaking with some celebrities as they raise issues ahead of the Yuletide.
And Corona is still out there, so let's all be safe. Everybody should be safe whilst having fun. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody, and also to my people at TV3. Much love to you guys.
What would be your message to your fans out there?
Okay, they should know last days are dangerous and they should take good care of themselves. Don't get overexcited, don't drink and drive.
Christmas, enjoy yourself. It's been a long year, it's been a very long year, full of drama, full of controversies here and there, but then we are here today by the grace of God. So I want everybody out there to enjoy themselves. They should also make sure they protect themselves. Still COVID is out there. People are coming in with the sickness here and there, but so they should be careful out there.
Merry Christmas, I'm Yashama. Akbona Mauba, Miakatami, Lafia Baga, Omi Jagoma playing, Omolafia, Yimi Lafia Bakomia, Dakwana Mau, Alabano do Q, Niafi and Ugula, Niavelio, Naklodo, Gang Boss. Merry Christmas.
Your mama fish your mama fish Avia, I want to manga meeting. Miss Yama, Runya Mimi, calculation, don't drink and drive. Take good care of yourself. Young born pioneer rock people. Merry Christmas. Blessings from the Most High. Don't see great.
That'll be all for entertainment this afternoon. Time now to discover the latest news making headlines beyond Ghana's borders.
7 people have died when a packed ferry caught fire in southern Bangladesh, according to police. The latest maritime tragedy to hit the impoverished low-lying nation. The incident happened early on Friday near the southern rural town of Jalukati, 250 kilometers south of the capital, Dhaka. The vessel was carrying about 500 people. The fire was believed to have originated in the engine room and then ripped through the ferry packed with people returning home from Dhaka. A video circulating on social media showed a vessel overwhelmed by a huge fire. The accident was the latest in a string of similar incidents in the Delta country crisscrossed by rivers. Experts in the country of 170 million people blame poor maintenance, lax safety standards at shipyards and overcrowding. South Korea says it will grant a special pardon to former President Park Geun-hye, who is serving a lengthy prison term for a series of corruption charges. The Justice Ministry said on Friday that Park's pardon is aimed at promoting national unity in the face of difficulties caused by the coronavirus pandemic. She was on the list of people receiving special amnesty and was pardoned from a perspective of national unity. Justice Minister Park Byung-chi later explained to reporters following the ministry's announcement. The Justice Minister is quoted as saying that the former president's pardon was discussed during a 2-day meeting with the ministry's Amnesty Review Committee earlier this week.
That'll be all on the Christmas Eve edition of Midday Live here on TV3. Came to you from a news hub that is now in Accra. We appreciate that you could join us all throughout the year on Midday Live. For myself, the rest of the amazing production team and crew, we say have a joyous celebration and keep with us here on TV3 because we are the first in news, definitely best in entertainment. Merry Christmas.